Okay, let's just get right into it. For years, I've watched smart guys get completely blindsided by dating dynamics. Today, we are going to pull back the curtain on one of the most powerful and frankly most misunderstood forces in human attraction. We're about to flip a hidden switch.
So tell me if this sounds familiar. You meet someone, the connection feels electric, right? The chemistry is just undeniable. Everything is clicking into place. And then, seemingly out of nowhere, boom, the energy shifts. That warmth turns cold, she pulls back, and you are left completely confused, wondering what on earth you did wrong.
Well, here's the truth. It's probably not you. And you know what? It is definitely not random. What feels like chaos is actually a highly predictable, biologically driven pattern. It's a pattern that's been running human relationships for thousands of years, but it's one that most people, well, they never even see it.
So what if attraction isn't just one constant thing? What if it operates more like a hidden switch? A switch that flips a woman's priorities, her desires, even what she finds attractive in a man, all without her even being consciously aware of it. Let's dive into exactly what that means. So first, we have to talk about the high fertility switch. This is all about the biological drive for what evolutionary psychologists call the good genes signal.
This whole thing is powered by a process called the ovulatory shift. Now, this is a deep, primal mechanism where a woman's brain literally recalibrates its attraction software based on where she is in her monthly cycle. Think of it like an ancient operating system, just running quietly in the background.
And this is where it gets really interesting. For just a few days each month, when fertility is at its absolute peak, her biology is laser-focused on one thing and one thing only: good genes. But for the rest of the month, that priority shifts, and it shifts dramatically, over to finding a good dad. Two totally different biological missions, looking for two very different types of men.
So when that good gene switch is flipped on, what is her primal brain scanning for? Well, it's looking for raw markers of genetic quality. Things like confidence, social dominance, a deeper voice, which is a signal of higher testosterone, even things like facial and body symmetry. These are the classic, exciting traits of the high-status guy.
And look, these aren't just some random preferences. No way. They are powerful, unconscious signals of a strong immune system, robust health, basically the kind of genetic blueprint that would produce healthy, strong offspring. It's nature's ultimate form of quality control.
But here's the critical piece of the puzzle. This intense, short-term attraction mode, it's a very brief window. It's incredibly powerful, sure, but it's fleeting. Which leads us to the most important question of all. What is driving her attraction for the other 25+ days of the month? That's where the second part of this code comes in.
And this brings us to the second mode of attraction, the one that's actually active for the vast majority of her time, the good dad instinct.
When fertility is low, the biological mission shifts completely. It goes from a short-term genetic gamble to a long-term security mission. And suddenly, the traits that become intensely attractive are things like genuine kindness, emotional stability, and a deep sense of psychological comfort and safety.
The evolutionary logic here is just as powerful. See, a child needs a lot more than just great DNA to survive and thrive. It needs protection, it needs resources, and it needs a reliable, committed father. This is when her attraction system stops screening for genetic fitness and starts screening for partnership potential. You know, she's unconsciously asking, will he provide? Is he loyal? Will he stick around?
Okay, so this is where we connect all the dots. This is where the entire picture finally snaps into focus. This is the two-track mind of attraction in action.
Just take a look at this. On the left, you've got the traits that are desired during that brief high fertility window, and on the right, you have the traits that are desired the rest of the time. I mean, they look like complete opposites, don't they? This right here, this is the biological engine behind those mixed signals that cause so much confusion.
But here's the real aha moment. It is not confusion. It's actually an incredibly sophisticated, dual-track evolutionary strategy. It's a system designed to solve two fundamentally different survival problems at the exact same time.
It all boils down to this simple two-step prime directive. Step 1, in the short term, try to secure the absolute best genetic material possible for offspring. Step 2, for the long term, secure a stable, reliable partner to help raise that offspring to adulthood. The ovulatory shift is biology's really elegant solution to pursuing both of those goals.
So here's the main takeaway for you. You are no longer operating in the dark. You've just been handed the user's manual to the hidden operating system that is quietly influencing desire, decision-making, and attraction.
You are now seeing the code behind the program. And that brings me to my final question for you. Now that you can see this pattern, now that you understand this switch is real and it's always in motion, how does that change the way you interpret the interactions you see every single day? How does it change the game you thought you were playing? Something to think about.